People are like, how are you going to say you're great if you're not doing something great? Because I'm alive. What you mean? I'm alive. I'm striving to do more than just survive in this world. If there's something I want to do better, I become greater at that. I'm constantly working on being a better father, constantly working on being a better husband, being a better coach, being a better this, being a better that. I'm never going to stop striving to be the greatest version I can be. But my starting point is I'm great. Because it helps me deal with all those naysayers that are in my mind. Nah, you're not shit. You ain't got it going on. You're nothing. And it's like, no, I'm great. I love you. I'm great. Let's get it and move forward that way.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat is like the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the song at the award show. They're coming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You a Captain Saber, who you just
What up, everybody? You control you. Here by myself today. Little small change of plans, but we make it work. We start every episode off with what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for life. Grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the people that are around me. And something I don't know if I've said before on this podcast, I'm really grateful for me. I'm grateful for the man I am striving to become and the man that I am. I'm extremely grateful for that. And I am rooting for everybody to believe that they are great. It's something I've been honing in with my fighters to truly believe you are great. Believing you are great is a better starting point than believing you are believing you are just okay. I am great and striving to be greater. Now, I understand why that's hard for a lot of people. And when you are first learning something, I really understand why would I think I'm great at something? I just started learning this yesterday. No, then I get it, right? But most of the people I talk to on here, right, most of you are already adults. Why wouldn't you believe you're great? You've made it this far. You've made it 18 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years. Why not believe you're great, right? Well, I'm not where I want to be. Okay, dope. Be greater. It's that simple. But if you're going to rip yourself apart and tear yourself down, how are you even going to be able to move forward? This is what's so crazy to me. When even with my fighters, I'm like, look, you got it. You got it. You understand how to do this. You're no longer learning this. Now you are fine-tuning it and making it better. Do you understand there's a different jump point there? When you're learning something, learning how to do something, your mind is still trying to calculate all these different things. If I was to dribble a basketball and I don't know how to dribble with my left, I'm practicing dribbling with my left, right? I'm doing these things. Well, once I know how to dribble the basketball with my left, I'm no longer trying to learn how to do this thing. I am now in the process of making this thing that I already know how to do better. If we're an adult, right, we already know how to live life. Now we're learning how to do it better, right? We've made it this far. So now we're learning how to do it better. That's a different starting point. And our mind will play tricks on us and keep us from going forward if we just keep ourselves back like that. And it's a weird concept. I understand, and people are like, how are you going to say you're great if you're not doing something great? Because I'm alive. What you mean? I'm alive. I'm striving to do more than just survive in this world. If there's something I want to do better, I become greater at that. I'm constantly working on being a better father, constantly working on being a better husband, being a better coach, being a better this, being a better that. I'm never going to stop striving to be the greatest version I can be. But my starting point is I'm great. Because for me especially, it helps me deal with all those naysayers that are in my mind. Nah, you're not shit. You ain't got it going on. You're nothing. And it's like, no, I'm great. I love you. I'm great. Let's get it and move forward that way. It's a whole different process to really think about when you're thinking about life. And on this episode, because normally my episodes are planned out. Normally I know what I'm going to talk about beforehand. I have a general idea. In this one, I'm really just going out there, and I'm thinking about the things that I've been talking about this weekend, some of the things that Corey and I were talking about. And I think about previous episodes, and it's just all these common themes about being disciplined, doing what you say you're going to do, showing up, and changing the narrative in your own mind. Because our mind wants to do these things because it thinks it's protecting us. Right? And it has a funny way to protect us. It wants to believe, it wants to say, man, you know what? You're not really good at that, so don't go do it. You're not all that, so you're going to have to just work harder. And the funny thing is, that's not how our brain starts out. Imagine us trying to learn how to walk, right? Imagine us crawling and our brain is like, no, you're going to fall and get hurt. How many people would be walking right now? Really think about that if we listen to that side of our brain. So when you realize that, it's not the way our brain starts out. It's what other people do to influence our lives to make us think like that, right? It's, no, don't do that. You might get hurt. No, don't do that. You probably won't do it. No, you shouldn't do that. And it's like, why are we shortchanging ourselves? Believe you could do it. Now, here's a hot take. If you've seen The Pivot, shout out The Pivot, dope podcast. Been a day one fan of them. They talked to Anthony Mackie, right? That's his name? Yeah. And Captain America. Shout out Captain America. And I'm a fan of Anthony Mackie. Like, I've loved his interviews in the past, loved the movies he's in, big fan. Watching him become Captain America has been super dope as a Marvel fan. And so he did say something on there where he said, we need to start telling our kids and telling our youth that it's not you can't do anything you want to do. And it's not just hard work. You have to be selected. And I really thought about that one. I put a lot of thought into that and into what he was saying, because he doesn't elaborate too much more other than that, if I remember right. And it's it's a different way of thinking, right? So you could work your butt off, work extremely hard to get what you want, and it may not pay off. And if I had an opportunity to talk to him, I would be like, some of my questions that instantly popped up. So are you saying that just because you want to do something, you may not get it? Well, do you believe that the work that you put into it will open a different door for you? Because I have to believe that's sort of where he was going with that, because I don't believe he's a negative person. And so my thought process is where it instantly goes to Kobe on that one, where Kobe's like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. So if I say I want to be an astronaut, right? I can study, I can go to school, I can do all these things, I can learn how to fly, I can do all these things. I may not become an astronaut, but the journey, the pursuit of becoming that, the journey is going to open up different doors, right? It's going to lead me somewhere else. And for me specifically, I think about, like, I wanted to be the top music guy. I wanted to be the top music manager. I wanted to eventually run a record label and do all these incredible things with music. And I thought for sure I was going to make it there. And I did everything I could to work towards that. But my journey led me somewhere else, and all these things that I really learned from managing artists, from doing paperwork to grinding it out, it's helped me so much as a coach to understand different personalities. And it's been a lot of fun doing this. And so it's crazy how our minds get so wrapped up in different things and how we struggle with overcoming our own thoughts that were put into our brain by other people. And the more, man, even talking about it right now, I'm thinking like, man, what can I do better as a father to help my kids out? Because I tell them max effort, do max effort. It's not about the end result. Like, it's about giving everything you have in that moment, and whatever happens, happens. And it's making me think, like, is there something else that I could tell them? Because I don't want to crush their dreams and say they can't be whatever they want to be. My son wants to make it to the NFL. He wants to play for LSU or Ohio State and make it to the NFL. And in my mind, kid, if you just work your butt off, right, and we don't have any major injuries, why couldn't we make it there? As a 14-year-old, he's 6'2", 240, right? Like, he's a big boy. And if he's supposed to keep growing, probably 6'4", and by the time he graduates, he'll probably be 6'4", 6'5", somewhere between 250, 300 pounds, and probably built like a solid ox. Why couldn't he make it to the NFL, barring any injuries? And it's like, but I think about it, how many kids he'd do better at Notre Dame? That was my dream, to play for Notre Dame. But then I think about almost what Anthony Mackie said, and it's like, yeah, how many kids are built like my son that don't make it to the NFL, that don't get to live out that dream, that just... And so it's a weird thing to have that quote unquote real talk, where it's like, look, you may not get everything you want, but the journey of chasing your dream, of building your dream, you're going to build something different. You're going to build something incredible regardless. And so at least that's what I think Anthony Mackie was trying to talk about and say, and that's what I believe. And it goes back to how I first started this podcast. Like, you have to believe you're great. It's why think of yourself in a different light other than you're great? I'm not saying lie to yourself, right? Not in the way that you think. If there's something you want to do better, if there's something you want to fix about yourself, yes, you could be greater. But if you think that you're a bad person, a crappy person, that you're not worth a damn, how are you going to do anything? Right? How are you going to conquer anything? How are you going to do anything of worth if you don't think you're worthy? Because now you're fighting two fronts. You're fighting a battle on two different fronts. I'm fighting that battle that I'm not worth a damn, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to like conquer this world. How are you going to do that? Right? And I'm really curious what y'all think about that out there. Like how, if you don't have that positive mind frame and give yourself those affirmations to know that you're great, that you're doing something dope, then how are you possibly going to do something that most people in your life are going to think you can't do? Right? And this is the conversation I'm having with my fighters so often right now because they're trying to do something so incredible. I got an MMA fighter that's going for, and he's going to be fighting in a 5 3-minute rounds for a title, right? It's only an AMI title, but it's a title. I got another MMA fighter about to go against his hardest competition thus far. And I have like 10 Muay Thai fighters all fighting to be the greatest Muay Thai fighter in North America in June. The odds aren't on their side. If you statistically break that down, some of these people are going to fight in brackets that got 32 people. That's not great odds, right? And so what do? You have to believe that you're gonna walk out with that. And you gotta train and you gotta work harder than you've ever had before to go do something so impossible that nobody would give you those odds to complete and to walk out with the belt, to say I'm the number one North American fighter right now. Nobody would bet odds that you would do that, right? And it's one of those things, you may not get it. You have to be chosen. So in that way, I understand it. But what you gain from that work, the training you put in, the way you treat your body, the way you go after it, you're going to be different for the rest of your life. You're going to be able to go do something incredible with your life just by having that discipline, that mind frame, and trying to convince them and trying to get them to think like, I'm great. I'm great. So if they had to come through me, it wouldn't happen. I mean, fair enough. Someone always, you know what? That's what I love about doing things live is someone will say something funny and it's just, but why wouldn't you think you're great though? And this is like, I'm trying to get them to understand this concept, and some of them look lost on this. They're like, well, if I think I'm great, how do I get better? Do you want to be better? Do you want to be greater than you are right now? Be greater. Become a better version of yourself. But that doesn't mean that your viewpoint right now of yourself has to be low, has to be non-existent. And I get it, man. I used to feed off that. I used to think that, well, I don't think I'm worth a damn, so I got to go work harder to prove it. The thing is that I spent so much time trying to prove it to other people that I didn't get to enjoy it for myself. And now the only one that I really want to prove it to is me. I want to prove to myself that I could do something. And it's crazy. And then I use whatever someone says as fuel. Like I did a 7-day fast where it was just water and beef broth, right? And I was already I wrote a contract to myself and I already had this plan, already doing it. And then my wife was like, "Are you sure you're going to be able to make it all 7 days?" Oh, okay. It helped me lock in even more. And I wasn't doing it to prove it to her. I was doing it to prove it to me that I could last. But now anything that's brought to the table is added fuel. And the big thing was that I kept playing in my mind is, look, you hold your fighters to a very high standard. You have to hold yourself to that same standard. Irish Brian, thank you so much. And it's a concept that I don't think enough people really focus on. Hold yourself to whatever standard that you demand. You can think about relationships that way. There's so many people that want this and want to be treated a certain way, but are you treating your partner that way? Ooh, man, that was, you know what, did I just segue into something's hot, man, bars. Like, I just like how I just transitioned there. I'm going to pat myself on the back. That was dope. That was so freestyled right there. But it really applies to relationships as well. The relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you could ever have. You have to learn to love yourself and accept who you are. And I see so many podcasts where women are like, I'm a 10. And dudes shit on them. For what? One, when I say I'm great, that doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'm flawed. I am a flawed human being. I am flawed physically. I am flawed mentally. I'm flawed emotionally. I am not God. I am not perfect. I am striving to be greater all the time. You don't get to tell me what great looks like, though. I have to figure that out for myself, right? And then I got to figure out where I want to be greater and what's important to me there, and then strive to do that. Now, if I say I want to be the greatest bodybuilder of all time, then I better walk my life and everything I do to be that. It just so happens I want to be the greatest coach I can be. So I sacrifice a lot to be that, right? My son's going into track season. This is the first time he's got a sport that collides with what I'm doing during a time of the year that I cannot just miss time at my gym. So I sat my son down and like, hey, I'm gonna do my best to make some of your track meets, but I'm gonna miss a lot of them. And he said, okay. And he understood. I don't know if he understands, but I understand. For me, in order to do the things that I need to do, I have to show up at my gym. And if someone gives me a BS excuse that they can't be there, that really doesn't fly with me, because you have to understand I'm a man sacrificing time with my kids in order to be the greatest coach I could be. Period. With football season, his games fall on days that it works out for me. For basketball, wrestling season, I may not make all the meets, but I'll do my best. And it's also during a time of the year where I'm not as busy coaching. As I stated, right now I have 10 fighters getting ready for fights. 10. Not as much as I've had in the past, but it's a lot. And they rely on their coach showing up. So I have to be there. And that means that other parts of my life get put on the back burner. And I'm blessed that my wife is understanding to that. Because I've been in a marriage where that wasn't understood as well. So, and then I just got to make sure when I get home, I'm engaged with my son and how the track meet go. Where could you be better? How, like, blah, 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 blah. And making it work, right? And so, but it has to come from the relationship with myself first. I have to love who I am first, believe I'm great, and then build upon that. Then the relationship I have with everyone else is going to reflect that. And then I got to make sure that I'm holding myself to the same standard that I'm holding them. So I don't want my wife to raise her voice at me, so I got to watch my tone with her. I don't want my son to do this, so I shouldn't do this either. Now, the hardest one for me to do, I'll be honest with you, is swearing. Because I'm quick to say something. And I don't want my son to swear, though, right? I don't want him to swear around me yet. So it's the constant fight. It's like, well, watch your mouth, man. And my wife reminds me, she's like, hey. I'm like, okay, yeah. And I'll word it differently. It's a constant battle. So, but if I want my son to work hard, I better work hard, right? If I want my son to be the greatest he could be, I better be striving to be the greatest I could be. So, and when you talk about that in romantic relationships, it's such a weird concept now. It's like, I might make some people mad. Why does everybody want to be equal? Why can't we just be different and be okay with that? And just hold each other to some dope standards, right? If I don't want you to do this to me, why am I going to do it to you? If you don't want me to do this to you, why are you doing it? Like, just hold each other to the same standard. I'm coming down on men too, because if a man comes to me and says, oh, we have more needs, we should cheat. We should be able to cheat. It's like, but you don't want your woman to cheat. And I get it. I'm a man. Man, I want to. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, I don't notice women. Like, I'm not dead. Right? When a woman hits on me or when she flirts at me, I'm like, man, you don't even know. But I don't want my wife to jump out the window like that, right? That'll break my heart. It'll crush me. And I know men say, well, we got a bigger drive and we're different. And I get it. I understand it. And if you have a relationship with your wife that you could be open about that and she's cool with it, that's that's different. But if you doing it, if you sleeping with other women behind her back, you setting the standard, aren't you? This is what's cool. And women, women, it's the same thing. Like if you want a man to make X amount of dollars and be all this, then why are you mad when he says he wants this? This is what I want from a woman. I want her in the kitchen cooking. I want her cleaning house. It's a standard, right? Everybody's allowed to set their own standard. And that's what blows my mind. It's like nobody really knows them. People are walking around not knowing themselves and they don't have a dope relationship with themselves, but yet they want somebody else to fill in those gaps, right? And it makes for some weird conversations sometimes. And Like, yeah, so user 00000 says this day and age it's always one-sided on everything. Yeah, and I mean it's crazy. It's not just women and not just men. It's like some weird things. And it's like, I get it, it's a hot button topic. And it's like, but for real, like why is it so hard to, one, think of yourself as super dope and great, and you want to strive to be better, and then have a dope relationship with other people, especially in a romantic sense. It's like, give me. You have to do this and you have to do. It's like, nah. Especially as I get older, it's so weird. It's like, I'm here to serve everyone else. And I'm here to serve you the best way I can. That works for me, that fits with me. I'm a coach. I am going to teach. I'm a coach, I am a teacher. That's one of my greatest gifts. That's what was given to me by God. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I'm going to be in service to others. But first and foremost, I got to be in service to myself, and then in service to my wife, and in service to my kids, right? In that order. So for just a quick example, I went out of town this past weekend, and it's something I did want my wife to go to, right? But I knew she wasn't going to have fun. I knew she wouldn't enjoy it. She wouldn't have fun. And she would be thinking about all the other things that she could be doing. And so I told her, I'm like, hey, why don't you just stay home? And she had a ball. She did all the things that she wants to do. She worked on crafts. She worked on stuff for the house. She went to Goodwill. First of all, Goodwill to her is almost as good as Target. And that's mind-blowing to me. But, hey, she had a ball. She went and did yoga with her sister. And as much as I wanted her there with me, her doing her own thing was better for her. That's me being in service to her, recognizing that. That's my job as a leader, right, is to recognize that. Now, let me see. Sully says, it feels so much better to teach and make kids grow up with respect and kindness. You're awesome. Oh, thank you. It is, man, to help kids grow up and just realize that life is simple if you respect yourself and respect others. It's not easy. It's just simple. And two, if you could teach your kids to chase whatever they're passionate about with everything they have and give max effort, oh man, our generations would look amazing. Why are you talking like someone is stopping you from being that? What do you mean by that? Please go into more details. Why are you talking like someone is stopping you from being that? Being what? Great? Or what specifically are you talking about? So as more people are having conversations, and please, let's have a dialogue, yo. Let's have this talk. How many of you out there believe that you're great already? And how many of you out there are struggling with believing in yourself? Because let's talk about it. Let's get that. Let's start mapping that out and get the perception of yourself changed. What is it that you want to do better? What is it that you're trying to improve on? What are you trying to do with your life? If you're not passionate about something, then you're not living your life. I'm good, but God bless. What you're doing? Wait, I'm good, but God bless. What are you doing, my guy? I'm just talking, B. We're having a great conversation. I'm just talking. And hopefully it's helping somebody. No. Reread. I'm good. But God bless what you're doing, my guy. Oh, but God blesses what you're doing? Yes. I pieced it together. There wasn't a comma there, so it messed me up. Yeah, God bless what you're doing. Oh, thank you. Haven't reached my greatness. Struggling, haven't reached my greatness. Man. Get that out. My own producer. What are we struggling on, Corey? You know, I'll be honest. This is where there was a comma. Oh, wait, did he put a comma? I'm good. But God, you're right. My bad. Come at my neck. I deserve that. There was a comma. You're right. I see that now. Struggling, here's one of these days. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna be like, Corey, how you doing? He's gonna be like, man, I'm great today. And it's gonna be the worst day, one of the worst days that he's going through. And he'll be like, I'm great. I'll be like, why is that? Why do you believe that? Because I'm great. Because Corey's one of the smartest individuals I've been around, that when it comes to this stuff, when it comes to the tech shit, when it comes to putting the plan together and putting it in action, Corey is one of the greatest minds to be around. And just listening to his coaching stories this weekend, he's amazing. Now, the moment he starts thinking of himself in that same way, he's going to conquer more worlds. Because, and I know he hears me right now, right? I know it because I've had to live it. And it doesn't mean that I'm always on point with it. But I've learned to give myself reminders, and I print them out. I'm crazy. I print it out and I put it everywhere. I have a copy in my car. I have a copy at home. I have a copy hung, like, taped to my desk. And I am pulling it up right now. Let me see this. I feel like I'm too old to learn anything new. I'm about to be 30, but I hate my job. Hey, dark and mysterious. Thank you for giving me that right now. We about to go to work. Bop. Look, if you're alive, you're not too old. It's harder. Don't get it twisted. The older we get, it's more painful to learn something new. That's all it is. It's more painful. When we're young, we bounce back, we learn, our brain is still able to manipulate things and learn things. But when we get older, it gets harder. It's still simple. You hate your job. So let's get this right. Let's say on an average, dark and mysterious, right? Yeah, neuroplasticity. Man, LeBron, that's not the real LeBron James, but shout out LeBron James right there in the comments. Look, it's going to cause pain, but you could do this, because think about this. If you work 5 days a week, 8 hours each day, 40 hours a week, you are doing something that you hate. How can you possibly go from that and do something you love after work? You just said you hate what you're doing. 8 out of 24 hours, you are hating what you're doing. If you sleep 8 hours, 16 hours is gone. That leaves you another 8 hours. How are you going to, and what, you're going to spend 2 of those hours trying to get over the fact that you hate what you're doing. You're going to spend 2 hours trying to get amped up to go do something that you hate. You basically got 4 hours free that you're eating. How are you going to do anything positive with your life? So what I would say, whatever you find passion in, find a way to make that your career within reason. Because I know I'll get somebody who wants to be a smartass about it and say, I love to drink and smoke. Yeah, you could make a living at that. Are you going to live long doing that? Maybe not, but you could make a living doing that, right? You could. My point is that you have to find something that you love and go do that. That doesn't mean you're going to like it all the time, and it doesn't mean it's easy. Well, I don't know what I'm passionate about. Well, start doing some shit. You get off work, try something. I don't want to try anything. That's the problem. Go try something. Go try rock climbing. Go try walking somewhere. Go try video games. Go try laser tag. Go try paintballing. Go try martial arts. Go try something. Go try boxing. Go try like a new language. Go try a dancing class. Go try tasting new food. Just go do something. Shock your system and do something that you don't normally do, because right now, if you don't have a passion for something, you don't even know. You don't even know. You're missing out on life. You're just surviving. Surviving. That's not living. Surviving and living are two different things. In some ways, I look at Corey and like, bro, you're just surviving. You got to live. Once you're living, you're like, oh man, you're great. Like I'm seeing this screen in front of me. You're great. Every day in the mirror, you're great. I love you. I forgive you for the dumps you did yesterday or earlier today. Live and learn. God, please forgive me. I forgive you too. And we keep it pushing because I'm not perfect. I let it go. It's already done. It's already done. I've already passed it. Already done. And that I'm getting way better at. Mainly because I want to live life the way Steph Curry shoots threes. The ball's gone, next play. I probably made it though, but the next play. So dark and mysterious. If you're still here, I'm telling you, like, figure out what you love to do and then chase it. Chase it. Well, I ain't got time. Act like it's a second job then, B. You'll find the energy because you're doing something you love. But I'm gonna drop this for everybody, but this is mainly for Corey, right? So I was putting together my resume, like to go out and secure funds and things of that nature, business plan, resumes sometimes, and or going out and trying to get more state contracts. It's crazy. Martial arts world, getting state contracts. Sometimes it's good to have a resume. And this was something to describe myself. Driven mentor, entrepreneur, and martial arts coach dedicated to guiding individuals towards personal and professional growth. With deep expertise in leadership, mentorship, and personal development, I empower others to cultivate discipline, resilience, and a success-driven mindset. As a business owner and community leader, I merge real-world experience with high-performance coaching, helping individuals unlock their full potential in life and business. I had to read that 5 times, and I'm like, damn, is this really me? My wife was like, yeah. I was like, damn. She's like, you might want to put that places and read that so you believe it. I'm like, facts, you're right. Because that's what that's what I do with stuff anyway. So I printed out some copies. I got one that sits right over my visor, so I could pull down my visor, I could read it. I got one hung up at my desk that I read. I got one at home that sits next to my computer. This is who I am. So why wouldn't I think I'm great? Now here, and let me tell you how dope this is. If someone asked me to describe Corey, I would say he's a community leader. He's a great father. He's a great husband. A dope and passionate basketball coach who focuses on fundamentals and mental awareness, mental toughness, and discipline. I would say that he is probably one of the greatest minds that I've ever been around, that is great at planning and executing set plan and being able to make adjustments on the fly. I would say he's got great technical skills, great at editing, producing, and directing. And I could say all those because I've seen them firsthand. I am not saying this man isn't flawed, and I'm not saying this man isn't perfect. But if I can see all that, how amazing would it be if he's seen all that in himself? And that's all I'm trying to say right now. All of you can say something dope about somebody in your life. Amazing. You should do that. I tell people how dope they are all the time. It makes me feel good too. But why not be your greatest hype man? That's not saying don't be real. Man, I don't feel as strong as I did before because I had to spend 2 months on basically IR not lifting. I couldn't lift a thing. If it was more than 10 pounds, I wasn't supposed to lift it. Started lifting weight, started working out. Haven't even lifted weights yet. Just started doing push-ups and body squats just last week. Sparred for the first time Sunday. Gonna lift weights for the first time in over 2 months this week. If I didn't think I needed to do that, I wouldn't do it. But there's a certain way I want to look. I say all that, and I still believe I'm great. That's my point. It doesn't mean there isn't improvement there that I can make. It just means that my starting point is I'm great. I'm about to be 45. I have lived a great life. It has not always been good. It has not always been the most amazing life, but it's great because I'm here and I could be dead. I could be dead. And then what? Then all of a sudden, I wish I had one more day. I don't know what to I'm not even going to say what this person just said, but if you're on TikTok, someone just, that's interesting. But yeah, I like that one. Frank motivates. Keep winning, sending good vibes always. Yeah, I like that one. That one's dope. Thank you, Frank. Like, really think about this, though. You got him. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Like, I'm not speaking about anything that people don't talk about. Look at anybody that's ever done something with their life that's great. They're saying the same thing. You got to believe it first. You have to believe it first. You have to believe it so much that you almost trick your mind because your mind doesn't know the difference between an illusion and reality. You could trick your own mind. I literally think about this. I repeat this to myself every morning and usually one or two other times in the day. I repeat it like somewhere between 3 to 9 times. I usually say, I make 1.5 million a year. 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 I make 1.5 million. I say it so much that I bet if someone asked me how much I make, I'd probably say it. Because I have to believe that. My brain has to understand. So everything I do is towards that, right? The reason why all my posts are scheduled way in advance on social media is because I make 1.5 million a year. The reason why I don't cancel an episode even when I'm no longer going to interview someone today and I don't have a topic other than the interview, I make 1.5 million a year. I wake up in the morning, I'm sore, I'm tired, but I'm still going to go to work and I'm still going to teach a class and I'm still doing what I got to do. I make 1.5 million a year. I'm jumping off the wall, happy about life, I make $1.5 million a year. I'm gonna walk out of here and go do some more work and get a workout in, I make 1.5. Do you understand it? When I sit down and relax, it's because I make 1.5 million a year. Everything's built towards that. Everything. You just got to convince yourself. And you just got to keep going with it. So all the things I said about Corey, he needs to take the time to say it to himself and analyze himself that way. And then from there, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm all these things. Because what I'm saying isn't false. What I'm saying is facts. Right? Dang, bro, I'm richer than you. I make zero. You know what? I love y'all. Dark Ability, I love you. Savage Kev, I love you, bro. I love you. I truly do. You're blessings. You're blessings. You make it fun for me, so I appreciate y'all. But you get what I'm saying here. At least I hope you understand. Be your greatest hype man. And then everyone that comes around you will also be your hype man. Because you won't want them in your life because they're not a hype man. And you'll want to hype others up too. I love being everybody's hype man. My wife tells me she was about to do, my wife gets mad at me sometimes because my wife will hit me with, what does she hit me with? She loves building stuff. She loves fixing things. Like out of the both of us, she's the handy person in the house. Doesn't mean I don't know how to use every saw and don't know how to do it. I know how to do this stuff. I don't like to do it. And so I tend to not be very good at it when I do it. I'll make some mistakes that I know I shouldn't have made and have to go back and redo it because I don't like doing it. It's not fun. Some projects I have fun with, right? But just to fix, yeah. My wife wants, what does she want to name her channel? Jane of All Trades. So instead of Jack of All Trades, Jane of All Trades. And she finally is like, yeah, I want to do it. I'm like, yo, let's get it. So I instantly, I'm looking up to see if the business name, like, nope, can't do this. Like, so we end up coming with a name Jane of All Trades DIY. And because at first she was like, how are people going to hire me to come in their house and fix things? I didn't go to school for this. I don't have a certification. So first we started looking at all the schools. And I'm like, yo, you can get like a degree in construction or whatever it is, carpentry, in like 2 years. And you don't necessarily have to go, what's the word they use? It's not an intern, but crap. What do you do as a plumber, an electrician, carpentry? It does. You know what? It doesn't matter. But I can't think of the word right now. But apprenticeship. Thank you, Irish Brian and me, all in one. Thank you. Apprenticeship. So I was like, you don't have to do that because you're doing projects at home, right? So it's like, but then we thought about it. I'm like, why don't you just do the projects at home and film everything you're doing? Just film what you're doing. And that'll be fine. And then if somebody wants to buy it, you can sell it. You know what I'm saying? You can sell your own version of that. She's like, do you really think that'll work? I'm like, yeah. Because my wife doesn't want to just be a stay-at-home mom. She wants to like build things at home. She wants a garden. She wants to build stuff. She just wants projects at home outside of having a kid or kids, right? So it's like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Like when you're building the chicken coop, like we could just film what we're doing and you just lead, right? You just lead. And we could film the whole thing. And then you can edit it because she likes to edit. So it's like we could set up cameras. We could do, man, easy. She's like, would you film for me? Yes. Like I get hyped, but then she gets mad because I get so hyped. I'm like, why aren't we doing this? Like, we got to plan this. I become Corey. Okay, here's the plan. We got to develop a plan. We got to do this. I don't like doing that for my own stuff, but I love making up a plan for someone else. When it comes to making a plan for me, no, I need someone like Corey. I need the help to plan things out. But for my wife, no, I'm hyped. I'm like, you can do this. You can do this. You can be great. Like, this is what yes. So it's like, but we got to be our own hype man. Like, I'm my own hype man. Right? And then we just got to be real with ourselves. Like, hey, I want to improve on this. I want to improve on this. I want to improve here. I want to improve here. How do I get better at this? Well, let me study this and let me figure this out. And life becomes really simple that way. Does that make sense to y'all, man? Love yourself. Believe you're great. Hype yourself up. And if you can't believe it right off the bat, or if you don't know what to say, write it out or ask other people like, hey, what's the greatest quality you think of me? Like, Corey, the first thing that rolls off your mind. Resiliency. That's dope. See, that's dope. That wouldn't have came to my mind.
All the things you bounce back.
Yeah, see? Think of all the things.
From childhood, from stuff with the business, from injuries, like everything that you've done, you bounce back and then become strong. And so, like, resiliency is like the first thing that pops in my mind.
He thinks of resiliency. I like that. I'm going to have to write that down somewhere and add that in. I like the way you see what I'm saying? Like, now I got to say that to myself. Like, man, I love you. You're great. You're driven. You're this. You're that. And you're resilient. Like, why not be your own hype man? Look in the mirror and don't look away because everybody wants to look away. Just look in the mirror and 3 times say, you're great, you're great, you're great. And then say what you're grateful for. See if a smile doesn't pop up on your head. Man, I'm so grateful for the sky, the sun. Like, it's happening naturally. Just be grateful for things and be hyped for yourself. Yeah, I think I'm great. There's still so much I got to do, though. Great. Let me be greater. And when I reach that point, when I reach that 1.5 million a year for sure, right? When I've hit that goal, when I hit my goals, it's like, oh, how can I be greater? How can I do better? How can I let's go get it. Hopefully that's helping y'all, man. I don't know. I'm psycho with this. I'm because to me, it's all up here, right? It's all starts here. And it's weird because Chael Sonnen, who's a former UFC fighter, great fighter, he talks about how it's like, well, it's 90% physical or something like that. And yeah, your mind comes into play. I'm like, man, nah. Because if your mind can't even get behind you, how are you going to do the physical? And I would love to have that conversation with him to pick his brain a little bit more because it starts here, man. How are you going to do something great if you don't believe you're great to begin with? Believe that you're great. Say you're going to do something. Say you're going to do this. And then every single day you're working to prove that right. Not to anyone else, but to you. And when you need that extra energy, you think about the naysayers. And then that helps. That gives you a little boost, right? But every day you're working to prove that what you say is true. Right? I would have loved to be there when the Wright brothers first flew. Could you imagine what everybody said? I'd have loved to be there when they first started taking boats further in the ocean. And everybody's saying you can't do that. To be there when someone ran a mile under 9 minutes. To be in that moment that Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? To be able to talk to Buster Douglas. Crap, like I would have loved to talk to Mike Tyson. Honestly, I probably would have loved to talk to Mike Tyson more. Because the impossible happened, right? Like, I would have loved to talk to Conor McGregor after he won that second belt. Did the impossible. Just on and on and on and on. You got to believe it, though. You got to believe it. And even if you don't say it out loud, write it down somewhere and say it to yourself. I don't know which is better. I don't know if it's better to say it out loud and just say it to the world and then work hard to prove it every day, or you just say it to yourself over and over again. But at least you're saying it out loud, right? Because your brain needs to hear it. And then hearing it from you is better than hearing it from anyone else. That's why it's so important that if you talk down on yourself, your brain really believes that shit. Your brain will believe whatever you tell it. So you're better off telling it something dope and then work your ass off to back it up. Because then it's not ego. Then it's confidence, right? If I say I want to be the greatest coach that I can be and I already believe I'm great, all I got to do is work hard to back it up. It doesn't mean I'm not going to suffer losses. Doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect and I'm going to win everything. No. It means that I'm going to work my ass off every day to make it better. Mirror talks. Juju, yeah. I love mirror talks. Woo. Me and the mirror, we get along great. I have some really dope conversations. You get me going, man, I'll start singing about how great I am. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. And I love you. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. And I love you. And I love you. I make 1.5 million a year because I'm the greatest. Like, I will do crazy things like that. I don't care. You can think I'm crazy, but I'm crazy loving life. Let's get it, Juju. That's what I'm saying, yo. Be your greatest hype man. And keep it pushing. So that's that. I'm gonna figure out how to get Corey there. Cause that's dangerous. Then Corey's really dangerous. When he believes that. He's dangerous, let me tell you. But man, like always, man, thank you for joining me. Like, follow, subscribe. I always have fun doing this, man. It's been a while since I've been up here by myself. So I know you've been to prison.
It was a parting shot. They had to get in a parting shot.
Hey, John, I haven't been to prison. I just been through life. Life at times felt like a prison when I was younger. So, but that's interesting. Juju, you play affirmation music on Spotify. That's super dope. Oh, Juju, can you inbox? Yeah, what affirmation music you listen to on Spotify? Please send that over. Inbox a brother. Send that over. I need to create that. Let's go. Katie, that's what I'm talking about. I want to go back to this music though. I want to just get on. I just want to be on the channel and be like, you're great. You're amazing. You are outstanding. You are the greatest. I don't know where I'll take it, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
do we need to put an affirmation EP out?
Yeah, affirmation EP. I like that. I like that. Like that.
I think that would be dope.
I love you. You're amazing. Okay, I'll send you some songs before the day is over. Thank you so much, Juju. And Katie, amen. Yes, man, but I'm hyped, Joe. Like, I got too much energy. This man is trying to sweet talk me. That wouldn't be so funny, but that's the same man that said I must have been to prison. So
If we connected with
Yeah. So I'm just sweet talking dudes in prison. That's what he's basically saying. I mean, hey, if I might draw a line there, but yeah. I'm not trying to sweet talk. I'm just letting y'all know it's in my normal voice. My normal voice is like this, and I'm just talking, and it's like, hey, you're great. You're amazing. I love you. Keep working hard. Keep doing it. You are making your dreams possible. Like it's. Yeah, we winning over here, son. We winning. How do I get into voice acting? You just got to keep doing stuff. Like honestly, where other people could do it, my voice is too deep when I'm talking normally, or it's too raspy. But I know where the very first time I ever did a voice acting thing was actually at college, and somebody was doing a project for video editing, and they needed to do part of the assignment was having somebody else do the narration, and they had to sync it with the video. So it was like a Pixar or Disney movie, and they just had me read the script, and then they had to sync the audio up and da-da-da-da-da-da and do all that. And so I was like, oh, this is cool. But I also realized that my voice doesn't fit everything. And so
Was it too serious for a Pixar picture or whatever?
no, it was just like, it was a penguin. I had to talk for a penguin, and so my voice doesn't, you'd have to give me like the perfect character for my voice to work. And so,
Godfather penguin with a cigar.
yeah, something. So, but like a lot of the stuff that I do now, it's like people will ask me to send them, I think it was the first Happy Feet. I think it was like I did one for the Penguin, and was there like a stoner character in that movie?
Kind of.
Yeah. So they had me read for both. Yeah. And so that's crazy. John knows the word, like that's crazy. But a lot of times like people just hit me up and ask me to do like honestly just send them affirmation stuff. And so, and it's more, I'm not gonna lie, because of my voice, it's more women that have me do that. And so, but that's basically it, man. But for you, I would say just take some stuff and find some animation, like depending on how your voice is. Eric Garcia, I'm guessing Garcia, Hispanic, maybe Italian. If you know another language and you could do stuff in another language, that would be dope. Like, oh man, that's a whole nother market. You take some videos and do stuff. Like I've thought about doing stuff for see, there you go. I've thought about doing like stuff for little kids, because like when my kids were growing up, my voice would be calming to them. And I noticed when I hold babies and stuff, my voice is calming because it's so low. And so I've thought about doing like reading child stories or doing alphabet stuff and just let it go, and not even have my face in there, just like as a reader and doing stuff, because there's less copyright problems in some of these old stories. And so, but you could do something like that in Spanish. Like, to be honest, especially now, like if you speak another language, reading, just find an old story, old children's story, and do that, and then just make it sound dope, and then just release it and just keep doing that. You'll be surprised. You'll probably get a lot of traffic that way, and you'll be able to get it out there. So, but yeah, hopefully today's episode helped y'all out. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all had me laughing. And Irish Brian, thank you for all the gifts. Appreciate y'all. Whoever gave gifts, I always appreciate y'all. Tune in next. Wait. Hold on. Let me look at my calendar before I speak too soon. Next Monday is the 31st. Right? Next Monday is the 31st. Yeah. So I'll work it out either with the person that I was supposed to have on today, or work something out and have somebody else on board, or maybe it'll just be me. So if you're not, just in case, because if we go live with somebody else, we don't go live on TikTok then, but you can check me out on YouTube and Instagram. We still go live there. Everything is You Control You or You Control You 365. YouTube is You Control You. On Instagram, it's You Control You 365. So either one, we're going live, or Mark A. Evans. If you go to my TikTok profile, everything is there already. You can check out all the links on there. And yeah, but every Monday, you can check me out live, 10 a.m. Central, right around 10 a.m. Central. And then the full episodes always come out on a Friday. Every Friday, I have a new episode that comes out on YouTube and Spotify. So Audible, Apple, like everywhere. It comes out every Friday. So if you want to catch up on some previous episodes, feel free, check it out. Let's keep it pushing. Like, subscribe, follow. I appreciate all of you so much. We out. Peace.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat is like the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the song at the board show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You were catching saber. Who you just I fuck your baby mama in the ass.